Hello, gentlemen, and welcome. In Dr. Sophia Greenfield. For over 3 decades, I've worked as a men's health specialist and urologist, and in that time, I've sat with thousands of men in the quiet confidence of my office. We've talked about their careers, their families, their golf games, but eventually, you always get to the real reason they're there. A quiet, often painful secret they've held onto for years. There's a common saying that a man dies twice. The first time is when his heart stops beating. But the second, a quieter and more private death, is when he can no longer get an erection. But what if I were to tell you that for millions of men over 60, the very first warning sign of declining health isn't a fading memory or a pain in the chest? What if it's that moment you realize your penis feels different? Unresponsive, sluggish, or even tightened weak? That's strange. Almost cramp minus light pressure you sometimes feel down there when you're trying to get aroused? That's not just in your head. It's not just getting older. That is your vascular system and your blood vessels screaming for help. If you ignore these signals, they won't just bring your sex life to a halt. They will, from the inside out, slowly and silently, begin to diminish your vitality and your masculine energy. My life's work has been dedicated to helping men reclaim that vitality, to restore their confidence, and to rebuild intimacy in the most natural way possible. And today, I want to share something that every single man over the age of 60 absolutely needs to know. Because what if the path to waking up with powerful, rock-hard morning erections, to having better blood flow throughout your entire body, and to enjoying a penis that feels strong and painless again, what if that path wasn't found in a prescription bottle or on a surgeon's table, but was hidden in plain sight, right there on your own body? Most men I see blame their age for these changes. But the clinical truth is, this is a problem that is far more preventable than you could ever imagine. And in this video today, I'm going to prove that to you. I'm going to reveal 3 scientifically backed, anatomically precise pressure points on your body. These aren't mystical energy lines, they are real nerve and vascular intersections. When you learn how to stimulate them correctly, they can help prevent this strange penile blood flow spasms, restore powerful circulation, and allow you to feel strong and confident again, often without any need for medication. In fact, one of the foods I'll mention, which works in synergy with these points, can produce results so quickly, you might just feel a noticeable difference before the end of this week. Before we begin, if you are a man over 60 who is serious about improving your blood flow, enhancing your erections, and naturally taking back control of your health, I urge you to press that subscribe button below and click the little bell icon. That way you will never miss the tips I designed specifically for you. And if what I'm sharing resonates with you, please let me know by typing a 1 in the comments section. If not, type a 0 and tell me how I can serve you better. Your feedback is invaluable. Alright, let's dive in. Let's start with the first pressure point, a spot that holds the power to completely transform the way blood flows to your penis. It's time to talk about the beetroot. Now you might be surprised. Beets? The humble root vegetable you see at every salad bar? Yes. That very vegetable holds one of the keys to unlocking a firmer, more reliable erection because it is nature's most potent source of a molecule that is absolutely critical for your circulation, nitric oxide. After 60, as your blood vessels naturally start to stiffen and tighten, beetroot can make a world of difference. Here's why. Think of your circulatory system like the plumbing in your house. When you're young, the pipes are wide, new, and flexible. Water flows through them with ease. But after 60 years, those pipes can get rusty and narrow. The water pressure drops. This is exactly what happens to your blood vessels. Nitric oxide is like a natural drano for your arteries. It's a powerful vasodilator, which is a fancy way of saying it tells your blood vessels to relax and open up, especially the very fine vessels in your penis. This allows blood to flood into the erectile tissues. When blood flow improves, everything improves. Our natural production of nitric oxide plummets as we age, which is precisely when men start noticing those frustrating changes, erections that are slow to start, not as hard as they used to be. Uncomfortable tightening sensation. This isn't just aging, it's a sign that your tissues are being starved of oxygen minus rich blood. Beetroot helps reverse this. It's like a natural jump minus start for your circulation, softening those vessels and ensuring your penis gets the blood flow it needs to function the way it did years ago. You don't need to complicate it. A simple glass of beetroot juice in the morning, or adding it to a smoothie or salad, can quietly begin the work of restoring what time is taken away. This isn't a miracle, it's just biology, giving your body the right tools to do what it was designed to do. And here's something even more fascinating. There is a fruit, incredibly common here in the United States, that most men don't realize contains a compound that works almost identically to prescription erectile medications, but without the side effects. In fact, this next fruit can specifically help relieve the vascular spasms that cause that deep, tight feeling during arousal. Let's talk about our second food, watermelon. Specifically, the part you've been throwing away. For years I saw watermelon as nothing more than a refreshing summer treat. But I was wrong. The deeper I looked into the science, the more I realized this fruit holds a powerful secret for men over 60 struggling with weak erections. The secret is a powerful amino acid called L-citrulline, and the highest concentration of it is found in the white part of the rind, the part most people cut off and discard. L-citrulline is a natural vasodilator. In simple terms, your body converts it into another amino acid, L-arginine, which then boosts nitric oxide production. It helps your blood vessels expand, allowing blood to flow more freely, especially to your penis. After 60, those vessels tend to narrow and harden, making arousal feel first or even slightly painful. L-citrulline helps gently relax those vessels, reducing what I call penile blood flow spasm. It's not a sharp pain, but a dull, tight feeling, a signal that your body is struggling to get blood where it needs to go. Let me share a quick, real-life case from my practice. A patient of mine, a 67-year-old gentleman named Robert, started blending the red flesh and a good portion of the white rind of a watermelon into a juice every morning. Within 2 weeks, he told me that not only were his morning erections stronger, but more importantly, that uncomfortable tightness during intimacy was completely gone. No pills, no procedures. Just a change in what he put in his blender. Unlike medication, watermelon doesn't force anything. It supports your body's natural ability to regulate blood flow. It's gentle, effective, and completely natural. If you're looking for a way to feel confident again, watermelon might just be your new best friend. But there is one final food I want to share with you. It's not a fruit or a vegetable. It's something tiny, often eaten as a snack, yet it is packed with the specific minerals your penis relies on to stay strong and responsive. In fact, this last food might be the missing piece in your entire circulatory puzzle. Let's talk about our third food, pumpkin seeds. If there is one food I wish more men over 60 in America knew about, it's pumpkin seeds. They are small, humble, and many people scoop them out of a pumpkin and throw them in the trash. But let me be frank with you, these little seeds are one of the most powerful allies you have in restoring healthy blood flow and protecting your erections. Pumpkin seeds are loaded with 3 essential nutrients that directly impact your ability to get and maintain an erection. Magnesium, zinc, and arginine. Magnesium is nature's muscle relaxant. It helps relax the smooth muscle cells in your artery walls, preventing the spasms that cause that tight, uncomfortable feeling for some men during arousal. Zinc, on the other hand, is absolutely crucial for maintaining healthy testosterone levels, especially as T- levels naturally decline with age. And arginine, as we've discussed, is the amino acid that supports nitric oxide production, helping blood flow more freely into the penile tissues. I had a patient, a 74-year-old retired Air Force colonel, a man of immense discipline and clarity. He came to me deeply frustrated, not by a lack of desire but by that strange, persistent tightness during intimacy. It wasn't exactly painful, just a constant pressure he couldn't shake. I suggested he start eating a tablespoon of raw pumpkin seeds every day. Within 3 weeks, he reported the tightness was gone. His morning erections were back. And most importantly, he said he felt like himself again. Pumpkin seeds are incredibly easy to add to your diet. Sprinkle them on your oatmeal or yogurt. Blend them into a smoothie. Or just eat a handful as an afternoon snack. The effect may not be as immediate as a pill, but over time, they lay the foundation for stronger, more stable blood flow. Now if you've made it this far, you've learned how to support your circulation with real, natural foods. But this is where it gets even better. When you combine these 3 ingredients in the right way, they create an synergistic effect, a teamwork that can start your erections faster than you might think possible. In the next section, it'll tell you exactly how to integrate all of this into a simple daily plan. Please keep watching. Now, it's one thing to eat a healthy food occasionally. But when you combine the right foods, especially those that target the same system from different angles, you don't just get a better result, you get a multiplied result. This is precisely what happens when you bring beetroot, watermelon, and pumpkin seeds into your daily routine. They form what I call the blood flow trinity, three natural powerhouses, working in harmony to restore circulation where it matters most. Beetroot ticks things off by boosting nitric oxide, widening the highways for better blood flow. Watermelon, rich in L-citrulline, builds on that, soothing the smaller arterial pathways in the penis and reducing those silent spasms that can rob you of your firmness. And pumpkin seeds are the fuel that keeps the whole machine running, providing the zinc for testosterone production, the magnesium for muscle relaxation, and the arginine to support the nitric oxide that makes it all work. It's like rebuilding a system from the ground up. One supports the next, which then amplifies the effect of the one after. I have seen men in their 60 seconds, 70 seconds, and even early 80 seconds, who thought their best days were long behind them, turn things around in a matter of weeks, simply by committing to this simple nutritional approach. And the best part, this doesn't require willpower or prescriptions. It just requires a little intention and daily consistency. Now, you might be wondering how to put all this to use. What time of day is best? Should you mix them? Is there anything you need to take with them to make them more effective? In the next section, I will walk you through a practical, easy -to-follow daily plan that puts everything together to help you feel a difference in days, not months. Let's get started. If there is one thing I've learned after decades of working with older men, it's that most are looking for a quick fix. A magic pill. Something that will make the problem go away without having to change anything else. I get it. When you feel frustrated, when your body isn't responding the way it used to, it's easy to reach for anything that promises a fast result. But here is the truth: the number one mistake that men over 60 make is relying on medication to do a job that only real nutrition and improved circulation can truly accomplish. Pills like Viagra or Cialis can certainly force an erection, but they do not solve the underlying problem. It cannot fix hardened, narrow blood vessels. They cannot restore your body's natural production of nitric oxide. They cannot eliminate that deep pressure or strange tightness in your groin. All they do is force blood through a system that is already struggling. And for many men, the side effects, the headaches, the stuffy nose, the cardiac pressure, are simply not worth it. I've had men sit in my office, their eyes filled with disappointment, telling me the pills just don't work as well as they used to. I always tell them the same thing: your penis isn't broken. It's malnourished. It's waiting for you to support it from the inside out. This is what the right foods do. They don't trick your body, they rebuild it. The men who have truly restored their function, their energy, and their confidence are not the ones who chase the quick fix. They are the ones who committed to the fundamentals and stayed consistent day after day. They gave their body what it needed and trusted the process. Now that you know which foods to focus on, and why they only work when you make them a habit, if you're wondering how to do it without overthinking it, don't worry. In the next section, I will show you a simple 7-day action plan that ties it all together. It's easy to follow, requires no fancy prep, and could very well be the start of your strongest chapter yet. Let's dive in. Now that you understand what these foods can do for your blood flow, energy, and erections, the real question becomes, how do you actually fit this into your daily life? Over the years, I've worked with many motivated men who understood the science and believed in the philosophy, but they didn't know where to start. So, they didn't. That's why I created the simple 7-day action plan. No guesswork, no complicated recipes, just a straightforward set of steps you can follow every day to start feeling a difference, often within the first week. Morning: start your day with a small glass of beetroot juice on an empty stomach. This will start your nitric oxide production and wake up your circulation for the day ahead. Mid-morning, blend up a watermelon smoothie. Use both the red flesh and a good amount of the white ring, that's where the L-citrulline is. It's not only refreshing, but it helps dilate the small blood vessels that support arousal and sensitivity. Afternoon: sometime in the afternoon, grab a small handful of rare, unflatted pumpkin seeds. No need to be fancy about it. Just keep them on your desk or in your bag for an afternoon snack. These seeds are working behind the scenes, providing the magnesium, zinc, and arginine your system needs to build strength where it matters most. Combine this with drinking plenty of water, moving your body gently throughout the day, and taking a moment each morning to remind yourself that you're not just getting older, you are rebuilding. You are taking that control over something that is vital not just physically and emotionally. This isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about being consistent. Your body doesn't need magic, it needs regularity. And this plan provides exactly that. But we're not done. Because while food lays the foundation, I have one last message to leave with you. A reminder of what this journey is truly about and why it is more important now than ever. Please, stay with me. Here is something I hope every man watching this video understands, especially if you're in your 60 seconds, 70 seconds or beyond. You are not broken. You are not too old. And you are not out of time. I have seen men who thought they were at the end of the road with their health, their confidence, and even their marriages. Turn everything around simply because they made one powerful decision to stop accepting that decline is inevitable and to start rebuilding from the inside out. We've talked about food, blood flow, erections, and function. But what this is really about is reclaiming a part of yourself that the world may have told you to forget. For many men, the loss of sexual vitality feels like a quiet, private grief. It isn't talked about, but it weighs heavily on the heart. It's that feeling you get when you start to feel like you're disappearing, not just to your partner, but to yourself. That is the time to take action. Not from a place of fear, but from a place of respect for the man you still are. Your body has an incredible capacity for renewal. Even now. Even after all these years, all the wear and tear and all the moments you told yourself, well, I guess this is it. It doesn't have to be. Your blood vessels, your tissues, your confidence, these things could be revitalized. And it all begins with a simple choice. To nourish yourself, to move with intention, and to believe that pleasure, strength, and connection are still available to you. So as we move into our final summary, I want to leave you with one last message, not just about erections or circulation, but about what it means to be a man in this new chapter of life. Because if you think this is just about food, you've only seen the surface. The truth is far deeper than that. I'm about to share it. Please stay with me. If you've made it this far, I want to thank you. Not just for watching, but for caring enough about yourself to stick with it. That alone says something powerful about the man you are. You've covered a lot of ground today. You've learned how beetroot can reignite nitric oxide and restore blood flow. How watermelon, especially the white rind, can relax blood vessels and reduce that deep, uncomfortable pressure in the groin. And how something as small as a pumpkin seed can quietly rebuild your strength with the minerals your body has been craving. In short, these foods don't just support your erections, they support your identity as a man. They remind your body how to function the way it used to. And more importantly, they help you feel more like yourself. I have seen it time and time again, the return of morning erections, the quiet confidence in a man's voice, the smile that emerges after weeks of doubt. This is real. And it is possible for you too. This isn't about turning back the clock. It's about moving forward with intention, with knowledge, and with tools that actually work. There is no age limit on pleasure, connection, or feeling vital in your own body. No matter how many setbacks you've faced, today can be the start of something better. So take what you've learned and put it into action. Try the plan. Listen to your body. And allow yourself to feel good again. Not just for one night, but for the rest of your life. Because this is not the end of the road. This is the beginning of everything. You still have strength, power, and energy waiting to be reclaimed. Go get them back. If this video helped you or gave you even one idea to move forward, please take a moment to like it, share it, and leave a comment below. I read every single one, and your story might be the one that inspires another man to take charge of his health too. If you'd like to support this channel and help me continue creating content for men over 60, please consider a small donation. Every bit of support means the world. Thank you for watching, and thank you for choosing to show up for yourself today.